Okay, hello everyone and welcome to this video. Today I'd like to show you how you can solve the so-called Lambda Cold Start problem. I've seen like quite a lot of quite a lot of people implementing it with really kind of third-party plugins and everything, using CloudWatch rules to call that function after a certain time. But the official way that AWS suggests is using something called provision concurrency, and this is actually I'm going to show you how you can use that and implement it in your Terraform code. So this just jump right into it. So this is basically the most important part is this part. What you need is this Lambda provision concurrency config. When you use that, basically you just specify how many instances of your Lambda function you want to be running at all time. And one thing that also keep in mind is that this would incur costs because there's an instance of your function that is always running. So I'm just going to jump back into the code. I wrote the code previous to this recording, thought it would make more sense. When you want to just write this code, I uploaded the code on GitHub. You can feel free to check it out. But when you basically you specify the provider, and when you do Terraform init, this will basically allow you to initialize the directory and pull down the dependencies that Terraform needs and everything. Also, please never ever give the access keys here. That is like the recipe for disaster. So never put your access keys here. Just put them either in your environment variables or use Terraform Cloud, as I'm going to be using today. So that is basically our provider. Then I add this random pet. I just want to have some random name for my S3 bucket where my Lambda artifact is going to reside, the deployment artifact. And as you know, the S3 bucket must be unique. So I'm going to ensure that it's unique. Then at the S3 bucket itself, and then after that, I'm going to say I want an archive file, and I want it to be zipped, and the source is actually this part, which is I specified that in my TFVARs, and the output is also as per I specified here. It's going to be creating a folder here, and it's going to zip the code that I've written, and just zip the code, package it, and make it ready for deployment. Then comes my S3 bucket itself, and using this portion is actually how I'm going to upload my code with the source. I'm going to upload the code to S3. Of course, I also need a basic STS policy for my Lambda, which I'm going to also add here. And then I have my Lambda function. And basically, the most important parts are this publish equals true. I'm going to tell it in a second. And also these reserved concurrent executions. These are the two things that are, I think, quite important about my Lambda function, as well as this source code hash. So the source code hash, what it is, it kind of tracks the folder where you have written your code, and if something changes, it knows that it's something changed, and then it's going to re-upload the code. That is one part. The publish is where it's going to version your code, your Lambda function, sorry. And it's going to version your Lambda function, and that is how you can that's a prerequisite for having this provision concurrency construct to work. Of course, it brings a lot of other benefits, especially about blue-green deployments. but hopefully we will implement that in a future video. Of course, for my Lambda function, I'm also giving the S3 bucket URL and everything. And yeah, this reserved concurrency, also that's an important one. What it does is that in your account, you have probably it's not in your account, you are not probably the only developer, or you might have dev, prod, and the integration functions going on, and there are certain functions that you might want to ensure that they have a specific capacity reserved for them, right? For instance, you want to make sure that your production Lambda function has 200 reserved capacity, reserved concurrent capacity. Otherwise, the Lambda function would be throttled, and you will see the errors in your CloudWatch logs. So that is important. I just wanted to also make you be aware of it. And this is the last part, the most important part, of course, which is the concurrency config that I just showed you in the documentation page. And this is basically specifying how many concurrent executions do you want. I'm gonna also go through the variables that they've defined here for you to see. But yeah, this version, it comes from here, as I told you, the function name as well comes from here. But the number of the reserved concurrent executions is going to be coming from my variables TF. So in my variables TF, as you can see, I try to kind of make this module, make this code modular, so that they can create a private registry, and that is I'm going to upload the thing about the private registries in a future video. But yeah, basically I tried to kind of create some smart defaults for my variables. For instance, the concurrent executions, I thought, okay, one is okay. So if the user, the person who is consuming this this code, doesn't enter anything, the default is going to be 1 unless someone changes it. And it goes for all other these things as well, the function version and so on. So yeah, all right, I think that would be it. Yeah, but the important thing is, one important thing is that yeah, if you're using Terraform open source, or if you're not using Terraform Cloud, then you have to manage the state. Please make sure that you check the TF state file in your git ignore, so that you do not upload it. That is very dangerous. And yeah, so I think that would be it. I'm just going to go to my Terraform Cloud quickly. All right. So yeah, I'm right now in my Terraform Cloud, and as you can see, I have a plan here that I can start a new run. This is connected with my GitHub repository, which is here. Of course, the last one was not. Yeah, the last run was okay. So this is here, and when I start a run right now, it's going to basically deploy it to my AWS. And the great thing is that I can have a collaboration here with other people. All right, so I'm going to keep this video quite short. In a future video, we will also be doing some blue green deployments, and also I'm going to introduce some more detail about private registries. Okay, thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed it.